Hi guys! Today we'll talk about the Island 2 finale. I am feeling a mix of sadness and happiness. I like the lineup, but some crazy things happened and I'm sad for some of my picks who didn't make it. Let's go through this together as this is the last episode. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe and don't forget to like. Thanks! I have to explain one thing to you before we start. I didn't watch this episode live, so my comments were made while watching it later. That's why you will see I didn't know the lineup yet. I wrote this as if we were watching it live and it was a react video, so everything was a surprise to me. The episode starts with a surprise for us, all the 24 contestants performing final love song together. I almost got emotional watching this, it was so nice, and I didn't think they would have this. They started performing as the 10 finalists, but then the eliminated girls smoothly joined them. The parts division was also nice. I just think the sound was a bit weird. I know it's pre-recorded but it was lower than the rest of the episode. The other performances ahead were normal. They present us the MCs for today, Sung Hanbin from Zero Base 1, and Jeong Saebi. They also brought some artists from Zero Base 1, Kepler and IZNA, this one being Gyuri only. There's a VCR introducing the girls, and now we proceed to the reveal of how many members will be chosen by votes. They say the group will be 6 members only, 5 by iMate's votes and 1 PD pick. That's not nice because the 6th girl in the voting won't make it because of their decision. It would be better if they had said this when the voting began, or if they did 6 voting picks plus 1 producer's pick instead, making it 7. It will be bittersweet for the 6th girl on the voting to not be chosen. Also, I don't know why suddenly all companies want to have groups with 6 members. It's weird because it's all at the same time. I don't really like 6 members formations on choreographies. And I understand they wanted to separate their image from Island 1 and Enhypen, but I don't think changing the number of members is the solution. It just makes the audience feel sad for one more girl. Anyways, they also announced that there will be live voting and I don't remember if they've mentioned it before. I completely forgot there would be live voting. They introduced the producers and Taeyang says they will think who is the ideal combination based on the audience picks. Let's mark this sentence to compare later cause normally they do the opposite. Then they show us a video of the girls getting to know the final test and original songs. Jeemin, Jeeun and Jonghyun were in the same bedroom after the semifinal. I just need them to debut together. Meanwhile, with the last eliminations Gyuri stood alone in number 10th room. They go to the announcement room and we get to know a little bit about the original songs. They are called Drip and Fake It. By the preview, I didn't like Drip that much because of the guy's voice, but I like the instrumentals for Fake It a lot. Fake It is more of a dreamy vibe, while Drip is more of a fun hip-hop I think. Their positions for the last performances were decided by the producers. For Drip they were, Center Jeemin, Main Vocal Jeeun, Main Rapper Koko, Part 4 Yuju, and Part 5 Gyuri. For Fake It they were, Center Saebi, Main Vocal Jonghyun, Main Rapper Sarang, Part 4 Fuko, Part 5 Mai. Jeeun is scared because of the choreography of Drip, which seems to be hard and fast. Okay, I know at this point you already know the lineup, but since I'm writing this review without knowing the results yet, because I wasn't home when it was live, I'll find out the results together with you. With that said, as a viewer, it seems this main rapper thing was made to show that the group can do well without Yuju and having Sarang and Koko as rappers. I didn't like this decision. Koko could be the main rapper for Fake It, and they said Yuju would have a rap part on Drip too, but I don't see any rap for her there. It seems the only rap in the song is Koko's part. But maybe that song fits her concept better, and she is a good singer too, so she's fine. I'm just worried about Fuko having a rap part. In this test we can see how they were neglecting rappers before and now they need them, because Teddy normally uses 2 rappers in his songs, but they have only 2 among them all. They also made a challenge for Gyuri and Mai, cause everybody thought Gyuri would be on Fake It cause it suits her, but they let her on Drip. It's just weird that for the last songs of the show, which will be performed live after all the voting, they decided to challenge some of the girls with opposite concepts or skills. They start practicing. Fuko and Jonghyun want to be the leader for Fake It, and the girls choose Jonghyun. Fake It has a choreography that uses mics and mic stands, which is cool. Saebi and Jonghyun have a part where it's like a mirror, so I helped them understand what was going wrong. Meanwhile, the Drip team was a bit worried, especially Gyuri and Jeeun, but everyone was worried about the choreography cause it was hard. Everybody was trying to copy the dance in normal speed it seems, and Jeeun couldn't keep up. They all are thinking the choreography is hard and they didn't complete it yet. Team Fake It starts practicing singing and they say Sarang fits her rap part. I can already picture them getting her to be lead rapper in the final lineup while Koko is main rapper and Yuju is out. And I'm saying this without looking at the results, so if it isn't like this I'll delete this sentence, lol. Meanwhile, Fuko is having a really hard time because not only she got the rap part but it's also in English. Are they sabotaging her? I'm curious. Apart from that, they seem to be doing better than Team Drip. And speaking of them, they ended the first day of practice exhausted and Juwon was insecure about the dancing, so Koko tried to encourage her. Gyuri kept practicing until late at night alone and ended up falling asleep in the practice room. The episode goes back live and now they will reveal the name of the group before the performances. I was expecting something weird cause nowadays our expectations are like this, right? But like, when I saw it really fast as a spoiler it reminded me of G-idol symbol in Korean, and then I realized there was the IZ, like IZ1. And now that I'm seeing it officially, it had less impact on me than I imagined. It's called IZNA. Like, it seems they got the IZ1 reference and added 2 letters just to sound different, it looks so simple. I don't dislike it, but it's not impactful to me, I just kept thinking about IZ1 and I couldn't see their identity on it, I hope it gets better with time. At least it's not ugly, it could be much worse, let's be honest. It's a mix of IZ1, ITZY and G-idol. They say the name means anytime, anywhere, anything, and that it's about confidence and assurance that will be defined as me, in their words. I think it's like it's me, cause na is me in Korean and the IZ must be it's. The meaning of it's me sounds nice, but it still reminds me of IZ1 and the sounding of IZNA is a bit weird to my ears. I don't know if it's because I'm not from Korea and I'm used to different sounds, but it just sounds weird when I say it out loud to my family or friends, but anyway. Now Team Fake It will perform, but before that we will see their practice again. I think for the first time they are showing almost the full song in the interim check. I thought Fuko would do worse than that, Sarang also did well and they said Mai's part fits her. When they give them the feedback they say someone who can rap should do Fuko's part, but why did they choose her in the first place? What I'm seeing here is that they love to give English parts to Japanese girls, who seem to have more difficulties with English, probably because of the base of the language, as they did this to Koko before. Well, they tell Fuko to switch this rap part with Jonghoon mirror part, cause Jonghoon is an all-rounder and they actually could have chosen her to do this from the start. I can't understand why they do things like this, if this was episode 7 or 8, I would understand these choices, but it's literally the last performance and you don't have time anymore to learn how to rap. Are they trying to sabotage, or to save her? They go back to practice and they have to check the lyrics to add emotion to the song, so they start talking about their trainee days and we get to know that Jonghoon, Sarang and Saebi were trainees together. They spend some time talking about friendship and their dream, but I'll go straight to the performance now. All the girls did so well that it's sad only 6 can make it. They could be an official group, they had great expressions and Jonghoon rap sounded nice, as well as Fuko's switched part. Mai impressed me because she always got the smallest parts and now it seems well divided between the 5, so she had time to shine. Fuko's outfit could have fit better with the other girls, I like the others' outfits a lot. And Saebi seemed to be giving her all with her facial expressions, I can see how much she wants to debut. All the girls did very well. This song is dreamy and a little bit sad, I like it a lot. As I said before, I like the instrumentals of this song. They also look very pretty. I'm anxious to see how opposite of this the concept of drip will be. The producers give their feedback, but since it's live it's different from their normal mode, they only say good and general things, so I don't have any comments on that. When they show the audience we can see a lot of signs with their names, it seems balanced. Somi reminds the people to vote if they haven't and she says the one-pick voting can change a lot, which is so true and I didn't expect her to say that. Now the drip team's practice comes. They are having difficulties with the dance, especially Jeeun. But I'm glad even like this she is so different from part 1. She keeps practicing even if she's making mistakes and she's trying hard to keep up with the other girls, who learn faster, and it took a long time for her to decide to practice alone. She ends up bursting into tears and feeling anxious, but Jeemin goes after her to help, and all the girls end up saying sorry to her because they didn't help her catching up before going to the second verse of the song. They go back to practicing everything and now they are in a slower speed and Juwon is asking for help in the parts she is unsure. After this, the girls started acting like the song lyrics, so they were acting cool and attractive all the time, it was funny, it feels like they are in a movie, lol. They said they had fun with this team and they were really connected at this point. It's sad it's coming to an end. I wish the group could be bigger. The performance starts and the choreography is really fast. I still don't really like the guy's voice in the beginning. It could be their voices or something else, it sounds so random. They did very well too. I like the rest of the song without the guy. I thought it would sound more hip-hop-like, but it's not so different from Fake It, just the choreography that is way harder and hip-hop-like. Because of the hard moves, they didn't look as natural as the other team when dancing, but their expressions were still natural and disguising the difficulty of some moves. They all did great on their parts. I'm just sad Yuju didn't get to rap. Koko had a big rap line and I thought it would be like the other team with 2 rappers, but it wasn't like this. I'm pretty sure Yuju's part is just vocal. I don't know why they said there were 2 rappers before. They also seem like professionals, just as the other team, and they did the concept well. I like the stage background too, I just don't know if it fits with their clothes, lol. I'm also glad Gyuri did well in a different concept. She looked pretty, even in those baggy clothes. And Jeemin and Koko's height stands out a lot, lol. The producers give their feedback with general words for good work as the other team. Then the MCs keep telling people to cast their votes because it will close soon, and now we get to see a video from some moments in ILAND. The girls received lunchboxes from home with letters from their parents and they all got emotional when reading it. Saebi and Sarang were crying a lot and the girls were in a mix of crying and laughing while reading the letters out loud. It was funny and kind. I realized 3 of the girls were Japanese, and they read the letters in Japanese, so it was funny because the Korean girls didn't understand it, but Saebi was still crying for it. It's relatable, lol. It's also relatable how Jeon's dad sent her a lot of food. It was funny. Somi said she went to ILAND and talked to them too, but it got cut out from the VCR. She's spilling some tea today. I wonder if Mnet is going to talk to her later. The voting closes and they spend some time talking to the invited artists there while the votes are being counted, as they said. After this, they show a video of a surprise the girls made to the producers after the last interim check. They prepared a decorated cake and some awards for them. Monica got the award of ILAND's mother, Leung got the award for being the sweetest, Vivian got the beauty award, which was funny, and 24 got the slightly cutie award, as he is brutal from outside and kind on the inside. They also got little plushy bears. Taeyang wasn't there for the interim check, but he also got the award and plushie, and showed it live. He got the Always Charismatic award, and then he made a speech thanking for the award as actual award show speeches. They show another video before the results and this time it's the girls receiving letters from iMates, their fans. It ends with I will always love you on the screen and it became I Wally, so suddenly they were on stage and started performing I Wally. I didn't expect that. The 10 of them were performing together, it was so beautiful, I almost cried. I can't believe it will be only 6 to debut, I will miss them together. They quickly show some of the eliminated girls in the audience and they were crying too. They showed Yui and that broke my heart. Now it's time to tell the final members, but before, they show another video. Oh my god, I'm getting more and more anxious with this. They show us their last night in the house and them reminding of their first day in the building. Gyuri joined the other girls' room because she was alone at number 10. Then they show an edit of their journey in ILAND and them taking about wanting to debut. Now it finally starts. They will start calling in order of votes, and the 6th member will be chosen by the producers, which is sad cause they only told us this today. They could add that person as a 7th member, I bet everyone would be happier. But life is like this. Somi is giving us the tea again. She says today's voting was the closest one and the ranking kept changing until last minute. I don't know what to expect, I'm sure someone from my picks won't make it. Now they will announce the first member to make it. My heart is beating so fast. They start by announcing the 4th on the ranking. They say the person was in the top 3 during part 2 and has showed potential as a leader. My mind is blank, I remember some people in the top 3, but many were leaders too. Why did they take so long to announce? They showed the eliminated girls in the audience and they were just as me, anxious. Finally, it's Koko. I completely forgot she was a leader too, so I froze for a moment, but it's funny cause I had the feeling she could be the 4th place based on episode 10's voting. I thought it could change after she was ranking 8th in the voting spoiler, but I was sure she would debut, even if she was the producer's pick. Okay, we already have a main dancer I guess, or maybe main rapper. She got 320,000 votes, but I'm a bit confused because the numbers from other episodes were way bigger, so I think this time they didn't convert it to points and we are seeing the real thing. She thanked everyone, the producers, the island girls, and they showed Yui. I almost cried again, since they are friends for 5 years and they started ILAND together. Her speech was cute, and every time they show family members crying on these survival shows I cry together. Now they will announce the third on the ranking, with 471,000 votes. She was in the drip performance and was a center during part 2. It can be Jeemin, but since things change crazily and my memory is failing with the song positions, I'll stop guessing. It's Jeeun. I thought she would be at first or second, maybe third, so it was expected, but as I said about my memory, I forgot she was a center before, lol. Now I'm curious about the first and second places because one of them is Jeemin, who is the other one? Jeeun seemed happy and assured of debuting. Her speech was also pretty and she thanked everyone, from producers to family and friends. She said she's honored to debut under Teddy's production because she likes him, and she thanked the production for showing who she really was on screen. Now they will announce the second on the ranking, with 591,000 votes. They said she trained for more than 1,000 days, which leads to multiple girls, and that she was in Team A for the 1-to-1 battle test, which keeps the same possibilities because all the girls they showed on the camera were in that team too, lol. Oh my god, it's Jeemin. She started her speech crying, and now I'm crying too. I saw her crying in the RU Next finale and I cried together, and now we are finally crying again, but this time for a happy ending. I'm so happy for her. She was my number 1 pick and I thought she would be between first and second place. Now I wonder, who's in first place? I'm getting crazy. They say the first place got 823,000 votes, that's 200,000 votes of difference from Jeemin. I'm so curious and surprised. They say she was in the Lovesick Girls unit and Latata unit. Oh my god, it means first place is between 2 of my picks, Jonghyun and Yuju. I think I already know. Oh my god, Choi Jungeun! I can't believe she got first place. We were so scared she wouldn't make it. I think in the end some people shared their votes for Jungeun and she ended up being higher than Jeemin. That's crazy. She was my second pick and I'm so happy. My first and second picks debuting together as first and second, but in the opposite order. I think no matter who they pick next, I'm already standing. Jeemin, Jonghyun, Jeeun and Koko already make a good group, although I'll be sad for the other girls and especially for my other picks. For her speech she thanks everybody, including producers, her family, her island friends, her fans, and even the island staff. She says she ranked first during part 1 and had many worries after that, but she is thankful they let her rank first again for the debut. She thanked iMates a lot. She was so cute in her speech and her voice was shaking about to cry. They kept showing Yui together with Yeeun in the audience a lot, and also Chaeeun and Jiwon. It's so cute to see their reactions. Now they will call the last member chosen by votes, but they say they will call 2 candidates before revealing. At least this time they didn't call anyone 4 times before being eliminated. I'm so nervous because we still have Fuko and Sarang, which were high candidates for debuting, and also Saebi and Yuju, which many people were mentioning, including me because Yuju is one of my picks. But we can't fit 4 people into 2 places, so it's really sad cause half of them can't make it. It's impossible to have a perfect lineup, but at least I know the group won't be bad and all the girls are talented, differently from some other survival shows where we were clueless and sad. This is the survival show finale, in which I'm feeling the most positive in a long time. They call Sarang and Saebi. It seems the 2 of them were always competing against each other on the voting for a debut spot, and here we are. I think if they followed only by votes, maybe that's the 5th and 6th positions. They show the artists, the island girls and the audience. Everybody seems really nervous. They have a break right before announcing and the girls hug already crying. I'm feeling so sad. It comes back and after a lot of suspense and the island eliminated girls praying a lot, they finally announce it. It's Sarang. I had a feeling she had more chances by votes than Saebi because her solo fanbase is bigger. A lot of Saebi's fans like other girls too, so it divides her votes. I knew Sarang would be there either way. If not by votes, then the producers would choose her for sure. It would be a surprise if she was not in the lineup. Until now, everything is following according to my predictions, but I got a spoiler about Fuko and I don't want to believe it. I'm curious to know who was the 6th most voted girl by iMates, and if the producers chose her or not. Sarang thanks everyone in her speech and says Island gifted her with valuable experiences, and that she got worried many times in her journey, but she improved thanks to producers, Islanders, iMates and staffs. Now the spots chosen by votes are done and the producers are deciding who should they choose as 6th member. While we wait for their decision, they keep showing the audience and the artists, and Gyuri seems nervous and worried. I'm just like her. The results are in the MC's hands. They say they will call 3 names as candidates and that the other 2 are eliminated. I didn't expect it to be like this. I thought they would only announce it right away. Fuko is already crying and my heart is broken. The first candidate to be called was Saebi, the second was Fuko, and the third was Mai. Yuju was smiling all the time. Did she already know she wouldn't make it? Being honest, it should be Fuko. Saebi comes in second place and Mai at last for me, but I thought they would choose Saebi. They announce it after a short break and a lot of waiting time. It's Mai. I can't believe it. I mean, I can, but at the same time I can't. I thought they would go for Saebi or Fuko before Mai, even though they like her. Maybe they switched the Japanese members they wanted in the end. They've always been complimenting Fuko and she was great since the beginning, and they always talked about Mai too, but suddenly they started talking a lot about Koko, and Fuko was being left aside during part 2. She is one of the oldest girls and I feel so sorry for her. She came from another survival show, as well as Yuju. Both were my picks, but I thought they had plans for Fuko. Now the producers say why they chose her. 24th says they wanted someone who had a kick and that her visuals are what stood out as an advantage for them. He says it's true she still has some areas to improve, but she improved in areas she lacked during the show and they want to help her more. I have nothing against her. I really don't mind any of the girls being chosen. I talked about Fuko because she was one of the best there, so it's crazy she didn't make it, and I didn't even think they would choose another Japanese member at this point. But his statement is just throwing her down. At least they are telling the truth, but it didn't sound nice. Like this it seems that they didn't choose Fuko or Saebi because they don't like their faces, you know. But then Taeyang is the one to fix things and he says that he took her personality into consideration, because the team will work together for 7 years. And she also stayed up all night to correct areas she needed improvement. That's a lot better. I've always said she has a nice personality and leadership. Now that we don't have Fuko to be the leader, maybe she will be the one. I think it's between her and Jonghyun. But moving on, looking at it as a content creator, I'm happy for her because I saw some very mean comments about Mai in my past videos and I had to block people that were being hypocrites, saying I hated someone just cause I can't fit 10 people into 6 places, and then leaving hate comments to anyone that had Mai among their picks. It's okay to have your own opinion and add whoever you want in your lineup, but don't go hating on random people just cause they like someone else. You see how crazy that is? I just hope they stay away from IZNA. In her speech, she thanks everybody as the others did, and then she says the girls behind her are as charming as her and asks for iMates to support them even after ILAND ends. That was so cute. It shows that she has a kind personality, as I thought during the show. They show the 4 girls that didn't make it and Yuju is still not crying. I think she really knew she wouldn't be chosen. But suddenly the producers say they decided to have 1 more member. I can't believe it. This was a surprise to me. I thought they would go as 6 until the end because there were only 6 chairs, but they waited until last minute, or they decided it in the last minute. They chose Saebi. She was so happy and shocked on her speech. It was funny. She thanked everybody as well, and she said she wanted to debut together with Fuko, who started crying a lot. Taeyang explained the reason for choosing Saebi, and he says she shows how much she loves the stage and that she is a good performer. He also said she was versatile. Now it's all about the remaining girls. It's being hard to write about this episode because I'm a little out of words and shocked about Fuko. Like, why do survival shows always let someone everybody thought would debut be out? Like, there's always someone that gets us shocked cause we all thought that person was great and would be there, no matter if by votes or being chosen. I know she was at risk, but they added a 7th member, which was such a surprise and made me happy cause I wanted it to be 7 members from the start. But that gave me hope. And actually, I didn't know the numbers of the voting until here, but then I saw it right on the end of the episode. They chose exactly the audience's top 7, Mai and Fuko had only 3,000 votes of difference. Maybe this is what Somi was talking about. She said it was changing non-stop during the live voting. Looking at it, from 5th place to 8th they were kind of close. Koko and Sarang had less than 1,000 votes of difference. They keep showing Fuko's mom I think, and that breaks my heart. The girls will give their final speeches and Yuju goes first. She says she won't give up and that she saw that people were worried about her not pursuing her debut anymore, but she said she will continue to follow her dreams and she's hoping to meet us again waiting for her. She also thanked a lot of people and her parents. She was so calm and cute. Gyuri is next, and she says she never wanted something so much in her life as ILAND made her feel. She also thanks everybody, mentions all her friends from the survival show, and wishes the best for the group. Now it's time for Fuko, and she is crying a lot. She keeps controlling her breath before speaking. Again, I'm crying. She starts thanking everybody and then it gets more difficult to speak. She says after her first try to debut, she waited for 3 years and there wasn't a moment when she didn't want it. She said she will do her best on everything and that she thinks she did her best here, so she doesn't regret anything. She thanks iMates who gave her support and said she will work hard until her dreams come true. She said she spent her most passionate days in ILAND, made great memories and friends. She won't give up and said thank you, so people started to applaud and make noise. Then she starts her speech in Japanese. She asks for support in the future and thanks her family. Oh my god, I can't. Every time her mom appears on the screen, I start crying. Everybody is applauding and some people scream her name. This was so heavy and sad, cause this was different from the other girls' speeches. The girls leave and they ask the group to go to the stage. They announce their names and then Taeyang is giving them his last words. He gives them some encouraging words from artist to artist and the episode is ending. When the MCS were saying goodbye, Somi said welcome to the black label, but until now I thought they would be under Wake One. Will they manage the group together? Well, and that's how the episode ends. I had hope for Fuko, but it actually makes sense with the producers' favorites from the show. I said maybe if someone the producers like doesn't make it they could add one more member, and so they did. Their favorites were Sarang, Saebi, Mai, and Koko. They got to add Koko by votes after the voting spoiler, maybe switching positions with Fuko. Sarang was already stable by votes, and the producers got to choose 2 of their favorites afterwards. They said they would go with songs like Iwali, and the 2 new ones from this episode, Fake It and Drip. They probably are going to follow the concept and genre of these songs too, which for me will be nice cause I like them. It's not that bright also, and neither that hip-hop like, it's something in between. But let me guess their positions. Either Jonghyun or Jiyeon will be the main vocal. I think maybe Jonghyun because her voice fits more with the K-pop style of songs and high notes, and she does well with bright tones. Meanwhile Jiyeon is the emotional and unique one that can have a very different part in the song to cause impact. Jeemin will probably be center. I said in my previous video that it could be Saebi, but since Jeemin was emphasized as center during part 2 and she made it by votes, it makes more sense for it to be her. Now, Koko and Sarang seem to be connected in my opinion. They both will have rap parts if necessary, and if they needed to name a main rapper it's obviously Koko, but I was expecting her to be the main dancer, so maybe they make Sarang be the main dancer now. Since we don't have fixed positions on groups nowadays, maybe they don't tell us who's the main dancer, or maybe Koko gets to be both main dancer and main rapper, who knows. But what I'm sure is that both of them will be focused on dancing and rapping. Mai will be the visual and lead vocal, Saebi would be lead vocal and Mak Nay. And for a leader, I think it can be Jonghyun or Mai. In resume, it's a very good lineup. If any of the girls were there it would be good because this finale was one of the most talented I've seen, and I'm not mad at the final lineup, which is also surprising cause lately survival shows have been so unexpected. I'm sad about Fuko and Yuju not making it cause they were my picks, but although only 2 of my picks made it, which were Jeemin and Jonghyun, I will stan IZNA for sure. Also, this episode was so long, I let my screen recording to watch it later cause I had an important event on that time and 3 hours weren't enough. I missed the 15 final minutes. Well, this was ILAND too. Will you stan IZNA? How many of your picks got in? Thank you for watching with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Bye.